Hey.
So happy to see you. Why do you look so gorgeous all the time? This
Why
is
do
the
you
thing.
look so gorgeous all the time?
Well, I work at it. No, I'm just kidding. You're so el natural. Um, so thanks for coming to my podcast, Callback, where we call back actors who kind of will give you a tip on how they got a callback. Sometimes I call back old students, industry people, and today, as my current students tell me, she's your favorite. I'm like, well, make me laugh like she did, and you'll move up the ranks. But so to before I get to Cree, I want to give my tip of the day for today. And my tip for you actors is don't hold back, don't edit yourself, let yourselves go. A director, if you make a choice, even if it's the wrong one, at least you're doing something and they can work with that. But if you don't let yourself go, they're not going to take the time to sit there and try to pull it out of you. So
Yeah,
that's my tip of the day. My amazing guest today is Cree.
hi,
Hey.
Annie.
So before we start, can you add anything to that about like not holding back?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I work with a teacher in LA who would always say the only wrong choice is no choice. It's the only wrong choice, or like a half choice. If you go in confidently with a clear point of view and you make your decision, even if it's off, if you execute that in a way that's really authentic and has energy and has intention behind it, then they'll adjust because then it's directorial. Then it's just a point of view. But if you're, if you come authentically as yourself and presenting your honest perspective of the character, then if it's not right and it's just not the right energy, then that's not the role for you, and you're on your way to yours. But you're right. The only thing that typically, nobody will work with you to like help you find a point of view. You should go in having one. And I promise you, even if it feels like you don't have one when you're reading the sides or you're reading the script, you do. You understand the script and you understand the story, and be confident in your take on the character. It's valid, it's yours.
Okay, that's it. Thanks for coming today.
Let's
That
should we
was
just hang out?
great. You're brilliant. Um, so I'm going to ask you some questions and just like have a combo.
We've
Um,
never done that before.
I,
Never just had my morning tea.
I love that. What kind of tea?
Earl Grey. Always,
Oh,
always.
oh, oh. I have my little iced coffee. I bought my own cold foam and everything.
Lovely.
Yeah. Um, so I'm trying to remember how old you were when you started acting. I want to say 9 or 10. Is that right?
I think it was 11. I think it was 11. I think it was slightly later.
Slightly older, but you booked right away. So you started at 11 and got your first job at 11.
I think so. I think it was in the year that within the first year of you and I working together, I want to
A
say.
100%, a
Yeah.
hundred. I remember a funny story talking about not holding you back. I'll never forget this. We were taping you. It was very hard to tape you because I couldn't stop laughing. Like agents and managers send me kids like to get them funny. But with you, I was like, I don't know, I'll just turn the camera on and laugh. But I remember there was something in this scene. So I was like, Cree, make pretend, because you dance too. You have
Yeah.
like that. So I was like, you're a dancer, make yourself fly. And you did. And it was hysterical. You were like going off here and going off there. And you just wouldn't stop. Do you remember what that was for?
I don't remember that at all, but we had so much fun, you and I, in that against that blue wall, taping and taping and taping so much. Those 9 months, I honestly, they've all blended together in the best way.
Oh, so
Like
in the
it's
best
just
way.
us giggling after dance, after school. I was probably your latest like appointment of the night because I would have
I
to get out of school, get out of dance class, and then come to you late, and
yeah.
had the most fun
But
ever.
you still had so much energy.
Because I wasn't like an actor. Do you know what I mean? So it was
Yeah.
just fun. I was just like hanging out with Anne, and there was no repercussions to not getting a job because I had no frame of reference for what it meant to have a job because I was but a child. So
Yeah.
it was just the most fun after school activity ever. It was go and try to make Anne laugh time, which
And
was
you did. And
easy.
you did. And you did. Um, and but I will say it was quick, right? You were this
Yeah.
normal kid, and literally months later, you were the star of a show.
Yeah,
So
it was very fast.
yeah, it was very fast. But like, how did that like how did you feel? Like, did you like be like,
I
what
think
was that like?
I think it's good that it was quick, or maybe not quick, but it was good that by the time I started working on a set, I had so little knowledge of the industry because I think the fact that I didn't, because like there are kids who are acting and working since they're like 4
Yeah.
that truly grow up. Like when I work with people now, they think that I was a child actor and I grew up in the industry because I started when I was 12. But for me, when I started working, I always felt like some old broad because I hadn't done like Broadway when I was like 5 or something. So I
Oh, right.
my perception of my experience has always been that I really didn't grow up in the industry because by the time I started working, I think I booked honestly because I wasn't worried about booking because I didn't take any of it too seriously. We just had fun because I had that kind of freedom. And then when I started working, I liked that I experienced set as a kid who didn't have any preconceived notions of the industry or of what a set is supposed to be or being an actor or like chasing fame. I think it was a much healthier introduction into the world and a much more organic one. And because my first job lasted 3 years, it's sort of like
Right.
I got to have this really extended education of like learning on the job in one familiar place,
Yeah.
learning what a set is in one concentrated place. And then when I went off after that and continued working as a teenager and then a young adult, I sort of had that knowledge to take me. And I like the way that I received it.
That's good. And there were so many more after that. Like you did right away. I think Mr.
Iglesias,
Iglesias, Big Sky, The
Big Sky.
Sleepover, Turtles All the Way Down.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing some. Um, how did you so seamlessly, by the way, go from a child actor to a young adult actor? No, like you went from child to teen to young adult in a
Right.
very healthy, I think, way. It seemed like the perfect arc of a career, not arc, like the perfect way to go. But how did that happen so easily for you?
Yeah, I've always been really grateful for that. The characters I've been playing have always been very close to my age. And you're right, I started on a sitcom, a children's sitcom playing, a 12-year-old. And then the next job was on a Netflix sitcom playing a 16-year-old. And then movies and film after that playing older teenagers and now a young adult. Um, I can't take credit for that. I think that I have had such a healthy experience in the industry in large part because I have the best mom ever who
Uh,
is not, you love her.
I love Lori. She's the woman.
She's the woman. She's not, again, not an industry person. And also,
No.
um, not that there's anything inherently wrong with a setup like this, but was never my manager or anything like that. So she was always on my team, as it were, as my mom.
Yeah.
She's a Queens girl. She's got 10 toes in the ground. Could not be a more, grounded, balanced, tough, honest, strong person. And I think she always kept me on course. And I never really felt pressured to do things I wasn't ready for in the industry or role and character wise. I'll also throw credit for that to my incredible manager, Rebecca Rosenberg, who was also always really on my side in terms of journey, in terms of not, pressuring me or making me feel the pressure of going for things that weren't an authentic match or that didn't feel comfortable yet. Um, And I think, yeah, never feeling like my team was upset with me if I wasn't ready for something. And also, just in a larger sense, my mom, her motto, my whole experience acting has been because we're from Queens, New York, and then we moved to Los Angeles when I started working, was we'll go back to Queens tomorrow. And it wasn't a threat. It was like, if this doesn't bring joy anymore, you don't have to be doing this. We'll go home, we'll go back to our life as it was. And that was really consistent. So just always having that safety net of feeling like this doesn't have to be my career if I don't want it to be. We can leave, we can go back to Queens and go back to the way our life was. Just always made me feel like I didn't, have to force anything in my acting work that didn't feel right or authentic. So I'd say that all of that really helped, kind of transitioning to roles that felt natural and that felt like a natural progression.
Yeah, I will. I have to shout out to Lori, 100%. She was always like, if it's not fun, we're at like the,
Yeah.
I will say that she never, pressure was never her thing. She
No.
didn't want this. She was like, if Cree wants it, we're going to go for it, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So that was great.
100%.
And your manager she has to be like, you're one of the most sought after young adults. Like, in the come on, stop it. And it was like, I don't know how to put it except that I I'm not saying you don't put an enormous amount of work into your work, but it's because I feel like it's a very natural thing for you to be doing. I
Mm.
don't know, I just love watching you.
Mm.
Um, and speaking of queens, right?
Yeah.
You're Ecuadorian,
Yes.
Italian,
Yep.
what else? French? No?
Um, Not to my direct knowledge. I would
Okay,
say, like most young Americans, there's plenty mixed in
there's
there.
some.
But yeah, my father's side and some of my mother's side is largely Italian American, and a portion of my mom's side, my grandfather's from Ecuador.
So does that have like anything to do with how you pick roles or how you choose to portray yourself? What do you think?